podcast. Jerry and the team has been working on an intro that I haven't gotten the chance to listen to yet. I'm very excited to hear it. So we're going to all be listening to that intro for the podcast together here. Let's take a listen.
David Collins.
David Collins.
You're listening to
30-minute half-hour
I hope you guys have checked out David Collins' 30-minute half-hour podcast.
featuring great guests like Andy Fiore, Katie Burke, and Cardiff Electric.
Never heard of these guys.
Hey, Joey, relax.
He's either hilarious or hates me.
Oh, well, I appreciate you, by the way, man. Thank you for watching it with you and your mother. I hope I was able to make you guys laugh a little bit in a hospital setting. I know that
Certainly, and it's not often that she gets to smile anymore, so it's great that she had that opportunity with your special.
It means a lot, dude, so thank you.
No, this is the best podcast I've ever been on. This was the most fun.
Wow, what a compliment.
Yo, thanks for keeping this guy going and kicking ass and taking names. I don't know if I can swear on this, so I'm sorry if I messed that up, but dude...
Well, we try to keep it a family show, but as you could see by that opening segment, we're getting a little edgier than we're used to, but our audience seems to be enjoying it.
This was tremendous. Thank you for having me, I guess.
I just want to say this is probably the best day of my life, Dave. I had a really great time.
This was a great time.
We'll have to have you back in the future. You've done such a good job in those games. Do you know Austin Ingalls?
I love Austin.
He did a great job on these games, and we're looking to have him back.
Well, I just want to say thank you for inviting me on. It was really great to be a part of the show. I hope you get Jerry back. I hope that they find him, and I wish you and your viewers the best.
Hi there. I'm calling to leave a voicemail for David Collins.
First-time caller, long-time listener.
Hi, David. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Good morning. This voicemail is for David Collins. First-time caller, long-time listener.
Big up, David.
Hey, Dave. First-time caller.
Hey, David. This is Dan McCullough calling in.
Hey, David. Real glad to hear you on the air again.
Hi, David. This is Deborah, a longtime listener of your show.
David Collins, longtime caller, first-time listener. I love the show.
That's perfect. Everybody listening? Everybody listening? Perfect. Everybody listening? Perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? And that's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? What a great episode. That's perfect. Everybody listening? I've been David Collins, and you've been David Collins, and you've been David Collins, and you've been the best.
You're listening to David Collins' 30-minute half-hour podcast.
That is great radio.
See if this is too loud here and picking up. Probably is.
I've been known as a bit of a hot interviewer, and I need to confront you on something here.
You've seen him on KMKF.
I will let it play. Oh, it's a little lower. Yeah, I don't want you to mess with it.
Featuring the best comedians and broadcasters from all over this great country of ours.
A lot of people know this about me.
There we go.
I'm also a large fan of comedy.
It's a bit of it's not a very clean introduction. We still have the introduction of the show playing, although it's not really the introduction to this show. It was the introduction to David Collins' 30-minute half-hour podcast, which would have been a great show. Hello. Hey, we're here.
Welcome.
This is a show. This is Drive Time David Collins. We thought, boy, what a great idea. We'd do a Drive Time radio show in the morning there and talk to people on their way to work and do a live show. Not a lot of people here are doing live shows at like 6:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m. Eastern. And it's a great time to start your day with David Collins.
Yeah, usually I'm getting home about this time.
And we have some great guests on the show here. It's not really guests on the show. We have Matt Ferry, who's going to be co-hosting this show here. We're kind of giving a few auditions of what this is going to look like. I think this is what I'd like it to look like. But who knows? If this is a disaster, we can talk with Dylan from somewhere. He's another co-host I'm potentially talking to here. We have show notes. This is great. And we have Troy Rigdon here on a third mic.
Howdy, everybody.
And I think once we do have you on camera there a little bit. We were messing with the camera. You know, I didn't really want anybody to be on camera, but I wanted some of the room to be on camera, so this was a bit of a compromise here. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. And this is a call-in show, too. I guess that's pretty important to mention. We're going to be taking live call-ins on the show. And right now, our only way of figuring that out is we've decided to go through doing that through Discord. So, we have a link in the chat, and I'm not sure, we can drop it in the live chat, maybe.
I put it in the live chat.
I should put it on my Twitter.
It is in the live chat right now.
Oh, it's in the live chat, so people can click that link, they can join the Discord, and then once you're in the waiting room there, we'll just bring you onto the show and ask you, what. And today we're going to be talking about a few topics there, so we want people calling in maybe about the fall weather. It's getting colder. Boy, was it chilly out this morning.
Boy, howdy. Chilly.
What do you think about that? Do you like the cool air?
I'm not bad about it. I got a big beard on my face, so hot weather's not really the greatest.
Right. Well, I enjoy wearing all the layers there in this type of weather. It's a little early here. I got my coffee. Yeah, I went to the gas station this morning. I wanted to go get a beer. I like a beer in the morning, especially something like this. I thought it'd be nice. The case was locked. So I guess it's too early. They don't sell the alcohol this early there at this gas station. That makes sense. Then I walk around the corner. They have a case full of cheeseburgers on sale. I don't know if they think it's morning or if they just have an issue with alcohol.
Yeah. What's going on with them?
I don't know. And there goes our music bed there. I only wanted it for a little bit, and then we're in the silence. We also have a lot of clips. So the theme of today, of course, we're going to be talking about fall. So what's your favorite thing to do in the fall? Maybe call in and talk about that. We go to haunted houses, maybe a corn maze. Last week I was Halloween shopping. It's a fun thing to do in the fall.
Oh, yeah? What are you thinking?
A couple weeks ago, we were, I don't know. I think I'm going to go as Harold from Harold and Maude to a Halloween party this weekend. We're going to Nebraska. That's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
When has there ever been a good time had in Nebraska?
Oh, well, we'll see. I'm going to put a change to that there.
Go Bucky.
I think in a lot of Nebraska, people listen to this show.
Yeah?
Oh, I'm not too sure. So. We do have more Australians than you'd expect, though. Listen to David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show.
I suppose.
What other things happen, of course, because this is we're kind of laying the groundwork here for what we're going to be talking about throughout the show. Of course, we went to Oktoberfest a couple of weeks ago. I ran into you there. That was interesting because I was there and I've been teasing it, of course, because I was going to be participating in that Stein holding competition. We have some footage of that I think we're going to play here in a little bit.
Yeah. David Collins, what a tease.
Why didn't you do the Stein holding competition? Now, I'll let the listeners here know, of course, Oktoberfest happens all over the country, and in most Oktoberfests, they have a wiener dog races. That's pretty common, and they had those in Galena, Illinois, where we went.
Oh, yeah.
And they also do a Stein holding competition, which is a large glass Stein filled with beer. It's usually slop beer. You don't want to drink it. Although one of the winners this year took a big swig. What a winner.
I'd have done the same thing.
It was very gross.
I'm pretty gross for it.
It's pretty gross. It weighs, it's about 5.5 pounds there at the end of the day, and you got to hold that out. Straight arm, straight leg, 90 degrees. Hold it out for as long as you can. It's a bit of an endurance competition. I have my video here of participating in that, and you get a big line of other men, and,
Big fan of big men.
It was great. Matt Ferry, you look like somebody who's in a Stein holding competition.
I've never been, though. I'd like to.
Why don't you introduce yourself here? We have a co-host, Matt Ferry, here, and he's going to be monitoring the live chat and monitoring some of the call-ins here. Once we get a microphone situation figured out, maybe you'll have to screen some of these calls if we have an issue with more than one or two, but I'm not sure if that's going to be an issue. That Discord link, people can just join the call. But Matt Ferry here, and you've done a podcast before, and you're newer to stand-up comedy. That's how we met, of course. Some people might remember you from David Collins' 30-minute half-hour live show.
Oh, they might, yeah.
From Kill David.
Ooh, I remember that. That was a fun time.
It was great, and thank goodness he was there. There were no other volunteers, so we had to pull it out of him. We said, I've seen you before. Why don't you get up here and bail me out?
Way to go, bud.
You got up there and did it. It was a good time. Yeah, my name is Matt Ferry. Long-time listener. This is my first time on any sort of radio or anything like that, so pretty pumped about this. It'll be a good time.
David Collins Radio. Yeah. No, it is going to be a good time, and we're happy to have you here. Matt Ferry, a fireman. Weren't we going to talk about that yesterday?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Something about a fireman.
Oh, it's Fire Safety Month.
Oh, it's Fire Safety Month.
National Fire Safety Month.
It's also National Pizza Month.
Ooh, and I saw it was ADHD Awareness Month as well.
That's ironic.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
What do you do for National Fire Safety Month?
I think most fire departments usually have some sort of educational stuff.
You go to a primary school and you teach all the kids to use the back of their hands.
Yep. Yeah. You know why? Do you remember why the back of your hands opposed to the front of your hands?
So that you can still open the door with the front of your hands.
It's also because if you touch the doorknob and it's hot, you're going to grab down. Then you're going to burn your hand even more. That's why you got to use the back of your hand.
Really?
You can't burn it.
So when a child burns their hands, they grip.
I think it's the natural reaction of anybody.
Really?
Yeah.
My natural reaction is
Yeah.
I pull my hand away.
Have you pulled the bolt out of hot door handles?
No, maybe that's pretty good.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O.
Yeah, hot to go.
I've pulled things out of the oven. You drop it. I don't hold on. I don't pull things out of the oven like, I can't even let go of this.
Yeah, that's true. It's a controlled environment, though.
Right.
It's a controlled environment.
I've electrocuted myself before.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, that didn't really happen either. Just the skin on my hand just peeled back like a banana.
Wow.
What the hell's going on?
That's how that happened.
Yeah.
Get some wild stuff going on.
It's a great show. Well, it's spooky season. Halloween, Oktoberfest, haunted houses, corn mazes. Give us a call on Discord. Maybe somebody wants to talk about that a little bit. Why don't we jump into some of that? We have some news stories here that I kind of wanted to look over too. Oh, why don't we start with some of this? This is exciting. I have some housekeeping here. Also, some of the music that you'll hear, we're using a YouTube channel, Dar Goland. I use a lot of him in the YouTube and the reality show too. There's a lot of Dar Goland.
Sweet name, dude.
So he's great. So if anybody's curious about where some of that music comes from, our great Doug Townsend episode aired this week. And we also, before that, had our David Collins #1 fan competition episode. So we had a couple episodes of the David Collins 30-minute hour show come out there.
Oh, yeah. It was a good episode. That Doug Townsend episode made me giggle pretty hard.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, people have really been enjoying there. Matt, is anybody in the live chat?
Yeah, we've got two people now. We got Tiger Lily and Biscuits and Groovy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Biscuits
interesting.
and Groovy says, first time here, let's go.
Well, I think we might get a call in from Dan McCullough today. Of course, so, I mean, we're all over the place. I could do a little better of these notes, but, without Jerry doing the David Collins 30-minute hour show notes these days, I'm supposed to find somebody else to do these. This is my attempt at notes. You see how good they look on the show, usually.
Do we have a plan if the sun comes up and we see Jerry out in the field out there? Is there a chance that he might be out here?
No plan. There's a chance he's... I think there's a low-level chance, but,
I'm excited to watch this sunrise with you guys.
Well, it's great. We're going to get a nice little sunrise there. The reflection will go away. We'll be able to see outside. And then the listeners at home get to play, where are we recording from? And the GeoGuessr pros get to have a fun game during the show.
Is that a big
Thought
part
that'd be
of
a good
the
way
fan
to
base is the
go.
geocachers?
I want to put a little logo up there. Why don't we go? David Collins 30-minute hour show. We should get a logo for this show. Drive Time David Collins.
With DTDC.
Oh, boy.
The #1 fan competition. Before I guess we talk a little about that with Troy, because you were here.
Mm-hmm. I was the #1 fan.
You know what? I have an idea. You should put your name in the waiting room area, and then you'll get a sound notification if anybody joins that waiting room area. And then you could just move them over to this, and then we'll both hear them from there. You don't need to be in the... Does that make sense?
What was that?
So if you put your name in the waiting room area, then when somebody joins that waiting room area, it will make a notification that somebody's joined to the same room that you're in. And then we could just listen for that from your computer.
So do you want me to switch myself to the waiting room?
Right.
Okay.
Well, I just came up with that idea there and distracted myself. We have a Patreon.
It's ADHD month.
Right. Well, we're celebrating there. We've also started a fire in the kitchen.
Oh.
Making a pizza.
Hell yeah.
Those are all the themes of the month.
All comes full circle.
Right. Anything about this Patreon? I wanted to just say, we utilize the Patreon. I've been putting a lot of the behind-the-scenes footage for the reality show on there. Some stand-up comedy, some behind-the-scenes at a club and things like that. Maybe some extra content if I appear on a show, or we do some streeties that don't make it in any public format. But more recently, any episodes that we make, we've also been putting it on the Patreon just a few hours early, while some other housekeeping, maybe a description or a thumbnail still needs to be made. As soon as that episode is in MP4 form, we just put it right on the Patreon for those early access there. So keep in mind, we do have a Patreon. If anybody wants to join that, it's just David Collins 30-minute hour Patreon. We thought we'd 30-minute hour show. People will be able to figure it out.
The gas cap killer.
If people want to subscribe, the gas cap, we're not really going to talk about him or Jerry as much as possible today. Really, to be honest, we'd like to consider this a Jerry-free environment.
Jerry-free zone, just like Colorado.
Is that a saying?
Jerry, there's a lot of Jerrys in Colorado, so
I see.
We try to make our homes Jerry-free zones.
Perfect. I wonder if we have any Jerrys listening.
Yeah, what's up with the Jerrys in Colorado?
Just a bunch of... I don't know if we can swear on this.
Are they Germans?
Oh, you can swear. Although I'm not really sure. I didn't really talk to the boss. So this is going to be on the Blind Mike channel, where there's a bit of a test run today. And I think things are going pretty well. Technically speaking. I guess I could prime up some videos here. We could be doing a little more in the back end, but I think you know,
Metaphorically, this is a disaster.
if I were to review the show just right now, I think things are going pretty smoothly.
I'd give it 5 stars.
And this is going to be on the Blind Mike YouTube channel pretty soon. So I'm not sure if he's going to have an issue with swearing or anything like that. But for right now, we can probably do anything. What does this say? Oh, this is an uplifting video. I had a fun uplifting video to watch if we wanted to be uplifted.
The sun is lifting, as shall we.
Oh, should we wait for the sun? When the sun... Oh, that's a fun segment. When the sun lifts, we'll watch an uplifting video.
Beautiful.
I'll take note of that there.
Duly noted.
I have a pen. This is actually what I'm most concerned about here. Fiddling on the table. Doing things on the table. I think this makes a lot of noise there. And it's morning. For anybody just tuning in, of course, it's a drive time show. We have a Discord where we're taking call-ins. And we just want to, lead everybody on their way to work this morning. Wednesday morning, talk about the fall season, Oktoberfest, Country Fair weekend. Why don't we jump past this Oktoberfest here real briefly? So I did participate in that Steinholding competition we talked about here, and I actually have a couple angles of it. Unfortunately, one of those angles was never sent to me, but we do have video of the Steinholding competition. So why don't we take a little listen here? Do you have any... Matt Ferry was bothering me this entire lead up here and saying, oh, you're going to win the competition. Did you win the competition? And I said, I have a terrible body type for this type of thing. I'm 6'3", I'm lanky.
Yeah, you didn't have to win. You just didn't have to, just couldn't lose to anybody.
Right. Well, I didn't lose to everybody, as you'll see in some of this video here. So we did pretty well. But there's one thing to be said that a lot of the people that do well in this competition are very large, and they are able to use their pec or their tit in order to just rest their arm on top of there. Some of these people don't even straighten their arm.
Rest your arm right on your tit?
Some of these people, you'll see in the video here. We'll pull this up.
Right on the nip.
I thought it'd be best. We'll just keep it muted because it's just people cheering and things. It's not really...
Yeah, we can simulate that, Matt.
But we have this video. At about halfway point, we get a good zoom in, so... we're coming up about probably 30 seconds into the hold right now.
This is the first time seeing this.
It's a little far away. I'm not sure if my mouse picks up here on the... I don't think it does. I think we have the cursor off. But I'm about the third or fourth person in here, you'll see.
Kind of looks like one of those 1930s Jerry rallies.
A Jerry rally?
Yeah, the Germans.
Oh.
A little early for that.
A little bit. Well, it's a German festival.
Look, we don't want
That's kind of the thing.
I'm just trying to use Jerry's.
Anybody saying anything in the live chat? And we got our Steinholding competition here, so I participated in this. Now, as you'll see, this judge. Maybe let's see if this judge is yelling here. He's yelling at the people. You can't really hear much of the competition, so he yells at the people. That Brady fella that's judging the competition, he actually used to be a drill sergeant, so he gets pretty violent with these people in the line. But he does let some people, I think what he does is he messes with the competitors by letting one person cheat, and then he'll get him out. That person won't win the competition, of course, but he'll let him just sit there cheat. That way everybody else gets frustrated and starts yelling about that instead of focusing on themselves. He plays a lot of mental games here, so it's pretty interesting, but it's tricky. You see, I'm hanging on. It's not easy, though. It's 6 pounds. I'm 6'3". I got an arm.
Oh, yeah.
A long arm. I did some lifting, though. I try to warm up here about 8 weeks before and get ready every year before a Steinholding competition, and then find a local Steinholding competition every year.
Right on.
It's something to do around October.
What's the highest place you've gotten?
Yeah, I basically do the same every year. It's very frustrating. And every year I feel like I'm stronger than I was before. I get stronger. I say, oh, it's going to be a great year. Then I'm working out the week before, and then my shoulder's sore the day of, and I can't. And you'll see, actually, let's...
We got like a Rocky montage for you next year.
We'll get a good
Rocky
view here
montage.
of when I finally... So we're going to see a couple other people drop out here. Because I actually end up, I think, tie for third or fourth. You see, we lose another there. Poor guy. We lose another there. I'm hanging strong. David Collins, he's in the line here. I think we end up tying for fourth or third.
There you go.
But it goes on for a long time. This is impressive to most people.
You shouldn't have wore your camera bag. It was weighing down your shoulders.
I was trying to even things out, actually. You see that breaks there. That's the moment you see. It's just my shoulder goes first and it dry, and there's no getting it back up there. Now I could have cheated. Nobody saw, but I know. I said I'm going to be the bigger man today. Now, one thing you'll notice here, I'm the only person in this line cool enough to bring a beer with me. I walk away. I'm drinking my beer. I'm back to enjoying myself. These other people, sore losers.
That was a very cool move.
Very cool move, David.
Thank you. I was pretty happy about it. I noticed in hindsight. I see him still drinking it over there. We get some good cameraman. I think that's. I'm not sure who that was behind the camera. That might have been David Collins, 30 Minute Hour Show's #1 fan behind the camera.
No, it wasn't me.
Right. I'm not really sure. Should we address that? Do we have anybody in the waiting room? Anybody in the live chat saying anything?
Nobody in the Discord yet.
Smart.
Hop on the Discords. And then in the live chat, we don't have anything either.
Oh, that's okay.
In the live chat, say something. Say hi.
Oh, well, they'll get it. It's early. People take a long time to get going here. You see, the sun's not even out yet.
I just want to be uplifted.
Oh, Troy's already phoning it in here. Oh, we're starting to see the outdoors. Troy's reflections going away there. So that was Oktoberfest. That went pretty well. I didn't win that competition, but it was a lot of fun. And then we just continued to drink. At one point, somebody came up to Troy and gave him some tickets for Oktoberfest. Of course, it's a ticket-oriented festival. So you go in, you give people money, they give you tickets. You use the tickets like it's currency. But somebody before they left, they came and brought you tickets.
Yeah, I'm the man.
And they said, here you go. This is for the King of Galena. They call him the King of Galena out there. Would you believe it?
I didn't know he had royalty here.
I didn't even know he had any relationship with Galena.
I don't know how that happened, but, I served my people well.
Yeah.
And I spread the tickets amongst the kingdom evenly.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Good, yeah.
Right.
David, you got a couple of them, didn't you?
I think you only had about 1 beer's worth of tickets that time, but that happened a few times. People kept coming over saying, oh, you all look nice. Why don't we give you some tickets?
Yeah, we're either really rowdy or really funny. I don't know.
And I ran into somebody Monday, too, and they said, I saw them at Oktoberfest, and I ran into them the following Monday, and they said, oh, I guess I thought you were just in the Matrix. I didn't know I'd see you out in the world. Which makes sense, I suppose. But people are surprised to run into me. I'm out and about. I'm in Iowa. I'm in Illinois. Who you thumbing?
Oh, I was just putting it up in the Rig Dog group chat, telling the Rig Dogs, call in, say hey.
Oh, if anybody's wondering about that group chat, maybe reach out to Troy Rigdon.
Reach out. You want to be a Rig Dog? It can happen to you.
Oktoberfest. Do you go to any haunted houses?
I love haunted houses.
Have you gone to any yet?
Not this year.
There's a lot in Iowa City. There's a couple, I think, in the Cedar Falls region.
Mount Carroll is a really good one.
Is that right?
Oh, fantastic! It's like top 10 of the world, or it's top 10 of the nation there for a while. It was on Comedy Central and stuff.
Wow,
it's fantastic.
That's where I look for a good haunted house. Comedy Central.
Yeah, my sets are whorehouses. Whorehouses.
Right. Well, maybe last Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to talk about that at all?
Well, dude, I don't know. Last Wednesday, I had a fantastic time.
Well, we try not to really talk. We don't really want to talk about comedy too much. Has Troy been unmuted this whole time, too? I think so. Okay. Yeah, because I thought we were gonna leave you muted, and I was going to give him the signal to, hey, let's get Troy in.
Way ahead of you, buddy.
But we figured that out. That's good. Well, last Wednesday, I didn't even make it there.
Yeah, no, it was great. There's a...
but I heard it was a little... I heard some people got walked. I heard the poor Robert Sidney Wallace had to deal with less of an audience.
Robert's cool guy.
Oh, he still killed it, though.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I don't
Robert's
know. It was
a man.
40 pick-me girls in a room, and you expect Matt Rife at a fucking open mic.
Well, that's a little... Why don't we cool it a little bit on the... it was 40 nice women, I heard. They were
beautiful
all from a
ladies.
business.
I love them all.
They came to enjoy some comedy, and they were berated by you and Doug Townsend.
Bro, I think there was one more comic, though, that was kind of berating, too, but, they deserved it. They were being a bad crowd.
All I'm saying is there's 2 sides to every story.
Oh, there's 8 sides to every story.
I'd love to see their husbands returning to the club.
They would have a ball.
I think so.
I know they would.
It was just wrong. What are their husbands at a spa that night?
They were suntanning.
Right. Well, they work at a suntan. Maybe they get a good deal.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
So that we were at the Jester's Lounge Comedy Club. This will be a good segue into talking about Country Fair Weekend, the other club, because the production manager is actually a bit of a stunt man for us.
Ooh, stunt man.
We have Delicious now working as a correspondent on the street around the show for David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show and Drive Time David Collins here.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty exciting. We have some clips of him. He sent some of him at Country Fair Weekend.
No way.
But Delicious there, that we'll see a little about. He's the production manager at the Jester's Lounge. He was not happy after this open mic.
There was a couple people not happy after that.
I heard him walking around. I saw him. He was saying things under his breath. He was kicking dirt. He wasn't very happy. Which is fine. He's got a show to run and things. So I get, he doesn't like to see 7 of these women being walked. But it was the end of the show. They were exhausted. Out of 40, there were less than 33 in the room, I'd say. But, who knows if you could say you walked all of them.
Yeah. Nah, it was wild. It was wild. It was one of the most fun times I had down there, actually.
What do you think got it? So I remember hearing that Doug Townsend goes on stage, and this actually appeared on Instagram before it was taken down. Is that right? I heard that story.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Doug Townsend, Instagram's Doug Townsend, and we had him on the show too. He goes on stage, and I heard that he posted this on his Instagram, and then he took it down a couple hours later.
He didn't post the set on stage. He posted a reaction video on it.
I see. Well, he went up and he just said, you ladies, you broads, F this, F that.
Games.
Hey, he kind of did some of that, and then they said, "Oh, boo you," and he said, "Ooh, watch out," and they got pretty upset.
Yeah, that's a pretty good summary of what happened.
I try to keep it a little. I wouldn't say what I heard he said.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to say it either.
He didn't say anything. It was nothing racial, thank goodness. But you don't get a lot of opportunity around here to really even get racial, I'd say. So who knows how that could have gone.
Yeah, it could have got wild. For the grand scheme of things, it kind of went pretty good.
Oh, it's an open mic there. Well, that's.
I don't know. I had a lot of fun, and I know he felt some type of way about it. Everybody felt some type of way about it. I feel like I'm the only one that's just like, that was fun.
Yeah, well, it's good. You just want a funny first, Troy. That's what they always say. First. So why don't we take a little look at Delicious here? So speaking of Country Fair Weekend is a bit of an art festival that takes place in Galena, Illinois. Oh, is this just talking over me? No, you have to do this weird thing. I guess we'll just have this on loop then.
Here, let's restart.
Hey there, Delicious.
Hey,
oh, yeah.
Here, reporting for David Collins, 30-minute half-hour show.
Right.
Here at the Country Fair Weekend in Galena,
Country
Iowa.
Fair Weekend in Galena, Illinois. So Delicious sent himself out there to do some on-the-street reporting for us, and we're looking forward to some of these clips here. Of course, reporting on Country Fair Weekend in Galena, Illinois, and we like some street interviews, and it's nice for him to go around a public area and say, David Collins, 30-minute half-hour show. I love it when more people kind of do that, and if anybody ever wants to do any on-the-street reporting, we'll certainly accept that here, especially now that we have this 90-minute format that we can kind of go through in the morning and play some of those on-the-street clips.
I think the difference between this show and any other show is that you'll respond to any messages, won't you?
Oh, we definitely do. I'm in correspondence with dozens of people right now. Delicious is also somebody that went with me to Boston, actually. Not a lot of people know that.
You don't tell everybody?
Well, I don't think it comes up. I think people are confused. Oh, who's this Delicious? He's actually the guy that came with me to Boston last July for the 4th. We watched the fireworks together.
Show. Galena
it was a good time.
Country Fair Weekend here in Galena,
so this is Delicious
Illinois.
Here at Country Fair Weekend.
We got vendors setting up. We are in, looks like the food and beverage area, and it looks like a lot of food and beverages are being put out. They are just getting set up today.
There are a lot of art festivals in the fall
David sent me out here because he avoids this place like today during Country Fair Weekend, and all of his fans just flock on him. So he sent Delicious out to get
one thing I noticed about these clips, Delicious makes this comment that I quote unquote.
We got some activity in the chat quick if you want to.
Chirping in the chat.
Delicious makes this comment multiple times in these videos that I quote unquote am avoiding Country Fair Weekend like the plague. This is just an offhanded comment that I made for the record because it says it like I've been going around town saying I'll never go to Country Fair. It's very busy. I'm very busy. Parking down there is a nightmare. I don't really need to see the arts. It's not for me this year. I can pass this year. As also I say, I'll avoid that. But he makes this comment that David Collins avoids this like the play, maybe a little bit. What's going on in the chat there, Matt Fair? Anything in the Discord? Do we have any call-ins?
Oh, we got some people checking in from Illinois and all the way down to New Zealand, Christchurch, New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
And
shout out to Christchurch and Illinois.
Shout out Christ.
We're talking about Illinois right now, Galena, Illinois.
I think the
Country
boss
Fair
is
Weekend.
asking, what is this show?
What is this show?
Yeah.
Well, we're taking calls and we're talking about the fall. Taking calls and talking about the fall. And this is Delicious reporting from Country Fair Weekend in Galena, Illinois.
To get the scoop on everything. Let's wander on this way. Looks like we get
What is your show? What is anybody's show? I get asked this all the time. People say, oh, you know, you do a podcast. I said, well, we do a show. They say, what does that mean? I said, you know, that's a good question. It's kind of a fascinating subject.
How you guys doing today? Hey, we're filming for David.
This show is the number one requested.
You guys ready for the country fair weekend?
Yeah. It's the number one requested type of content that I get.
It's gonna be a crazy weekend from what I understand.
So this is delicious going.
We got
people.
ATM out here, the ass to mouth.
Well, it's him saying, you know, I'm here talking about David Collins' 30-minute hour show, and oh, it's good he got a cameraman. Is this you helping him, Matt?
French fries. So, yeah, if you're not excited, I definitely am not either. So, this has been Delicious. Signing off. David Collins, 30-minute half-hour show.
All right, great sign off, Delicious. I think you did a great job on that one. Why don't we check another one from Delicious here?
I hope Delicious calls in.
He didn't. Troy, would you correct me if I'm wrong here? Didn't he ask you if you would help him with this?
Well, if he did, I don't remember at all.
Is that not somebody had let me know? They said that, you know, I got a call from Delicious today. He said, would you
No, that was Lily. Braden Lilly.
No, somebody Delicious was got what you said, would you help me with the street interviews? Wasn't that you?
I smoke a lot of pot, David, so
all right, well,
maybe.
I appreciate it.
Urjo wants to know, have you tasted him? Does he live up to his name?
Yeah.
You know, Troy asked me that same question all the time.
Because they're always hanging out.
One thing that's interesting about Delicious there, you know, you spend a few days with a guy, you get to learn a little bit about their bathroom routine. And this person brings a lot of products with them. You know, and I'm not actually against that. We rented a SUV for the trip. We had a lot of space in the car, but he brings a lot of things with him when he travels. One of those things is a big vat of glitter that goes above the toilet. Terrifying, by the way, in the morning to just know that if this shelf isn't secure, you're going to be covered in glitter.
That'd be his dream.
But there's a lot of glitter there, and I don't besmirch the guy.
Besmirch.
I like a little flair there, and I have some I'm known to wear a loud pair of red shoes or something like that, but
what's up with the glitter?
What's the what?
What's up with the glitter?
Yeah, he puts it in his hair.
You haven't noticed
it?
You didn't know that?
I don't look at other people's hair. I try to.
You see what he puts in his pubes.
Well, that makes sense. This is Delicious here. You see, this is a long one, so I'm not really sure. Also, you know, it's funny. His name's Delicious. He records in vertical. He looks like what he does. Isn't that interesting?
Hey, what's up? It's Delicious coming to you from Galena, Illinois.
Delicious and his hand gestures. He reminds me of Tony Hinchcliffe sometimes with his hands.
Weekend in Galena.
Does a lot.
Hey, I'm reporting to you for David Collins. Since he can't make it here this weekend, he's avoiding this place.
Oh, here, you know, people can't hear you over Delicious.
I don't blame him, because Galena Country Fair weekend gets to be glitch a blackout.
Right. Oh, good. That was good.
Delicious here still.
That was good. Transition. We should get him in here. Do you think he would make a good third mic? Oh, this is good. I like a good street interview. Why don't we turn this up a little bit?
Carol Studio. What do you got?
I have this watercolor.
Right.
A lot of watercolors.
Oh, awesome.
A lot of fun art.
They sell art at this. It's a bit of an art festival. People do music and things. It gets very busy.
The first time I came was in 1990.
October's a pretty busy month for Galena, huh?
And it's actually the biggest is one of the things we learned while we were at Cosmic Oasis.
You said 90.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a fun show, too.
Okay. I'm a teacher. I'll help you.
We don't need to interrupt. Delicious, Troy.
Obviously not public school because you know how to do math. So, yeah.
Yes,
So,
I guess you're right about that.
It gets really busy down here then, huh?
It's tough. You know, it's tough to send 4 minutes of any content and just say, let it ride.
Sorry, David Collins, 30-minute half.
But that's what Delicious likes to do, and I respect that, too. He sends these, and he did some street interviews for us.
David Collins, 30-minute half-hour reality show. So, it's all about comedy. And actually, the 30-minute half-hour show is about daily news and weekly.
I wouldn't say it's about daily news here. You know, sometimes I wonder, is Delicious the best representative of the show? We sent him out there. Is he representing David Collins' 30-minute hour show's core values?
What are the core values?
I wouldn't say that it's news. I don't want people to think that our show's political. Saying, I'm not sure we're a news show. You know, Blind Mike Geary, he does a news show. Okay. He does a comedy news show every week. We don't do that.
My name's Delicious. It was a pleasure. What was your name again, sir?
I'm Tom.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, there's Tom.
All right. Well, we'll be around tomorrow, too, getting some more when it's actually hitting hard.
And he did follow up, not with them in particular, but he came back. Delicious at Country Fair Weekend. Why don't we skip a little ahead here, see if anything. All right, we got a nice closeout.
Tomorrow and Sunday and the rest of the weekend. So,
good.
Let's see. It looks like a lot of artwork and stuff. I've never actually visited the Country Fair Weekend, but
oh, well, I'm glad we have an expert.
So, David Collins, 30-minute half-hour show, Country Fair Weekend edition. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna find out what's really going on around here. We got looks like jewelry, some pretty glass work down here, and,
right.
And of course, we've got the fountain. So looks like a lot going on.
Yep, a lot going on. You know, to him it might look like a lot going on. To me, didn't look like there was a lot going on.
Yeah,
I would say. And he said, you know, that was clip 3 of 10. So maybe throughout we'll kind of follow up on there. I see the sun starting to come out. We get a little color out there. That's nice. Good morning, everybody. For anybody just tuning in, we have a Discord. You can call in, and we'll talk to you live here on the show. And we're talking about October and some months. We have Delicious there live from Country Fair. We talked a little about Oktoberfest earlier. I don't know if I'm going to visit a corn maze this year. The last time I visited a corn maze was actually with friend of the show, Jameson Cox. Would you believe it? It was the same day, it was the same weekend, actually, that I think I met Jerry, or the same week. It was sometime around that period of time. A lot was happening that day and that week. But that day, I got that camera that we used for the show, and I went on a corn maze with Jameson Cox, and I'm not sure if I could say his wife's name.
Why'd they break up?
Oh, well, no, I'm just not sure if she's a public figure.
Oh.
But his wife. And we went to a corn maze. This is years ago. I'm not even sure how I got wrapped up. I think this started with I was going to visit something or anyway. What's interesting about these corn mazes, though?
You met Jerry at the corn maze?
No, this was a week before. For him, you know.
Yeah.
And I try not to rehash this story, especially these days when I don't really need to talk about Jerry as much. But if anybody's curious about that story, I think I talk about meeting Jerry on the Johnny O podcast that I was on last December.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Might have to give it a listen to.
You didn't watch it?
You know, a corn maze.
Is it a Johnny O podcast?
Yeah.
One thing that frustrated me about the corn maze, though, they give you a map so you can solve it, and you'd think like a normal maze with a pencil, you'd follow the gap in the map. But that's not actually, the gap was actually the corn, and the line that they had drawn was the maze itself.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So you'd be very confused for the first half. You just get yourself lost, and then you'd look deeper, and you'd say, oh, wow.
Maybe that was their plan the entire time, to get you to look deeper.
It was a good Halloween prank.
And I don't want to get anybody in trouble there, but we might have been a little, you know, before we went to the corn maze. And that was a lot riskier back then.
Yeah. Especially if you get lost, can you imagine?
Oh, it's a big maze, too.
Yeah, it'd be terrifying.
You wouldn't believe some of these corn mazes. And this wasn't one that you ride in a tractor. You're on your feet.
Oh, you're on foot.
Right.
Mobile. Was there a pumpkin patch there, too?
I haven't been to a pumpkin patch in quite a while. I'm sure there was. Do you go to pumpkin patches? Hey, Dan McCullough has a great joke. Dan McCullough likes to go to pumpkin patches and harass pregnant women for stealing pumpkins. Something like that.
Nice one.
That's a great bit. Yeah, this is a good idea. Why don't I just do other people's stand-up comedy material?
Bro, why not?
Is that show being done?
I don't think anyone's done that yet.
Yeah. That's a good idea for a show format.
Yeah. All stealing valor or something like that. Stealing joke valor.
Perfect. Is anything happening in the live chat? Are people being kind? Everybody be kind.
I think the boss is wanting you and Jerry to hash things out.
He doesn't even know.
Blind Mike's never met Jerry. He never even. Maybe he could have talked on the phone there if we were gotten together in Boston.
Think he's calling behind your back or anything?
I don't know. You know, now that I'm on a live show here, it's very precarious. I don't want to, speak out of turn here, but maybe he could have talked to Jerry at some point, but we never had that opportunity.
207 Tuna knows what's up. He says that Jerry lost that opportunity as soon as he started making comments. So
Right.
Jerry knows what's up.
Well, Jerry started using the David Collins 30-minute hour show channel, the channel itself, to comment on other YouTube channels and other responding to people. He was saying some pretty rude things. I don't know what we even could have missed. You know, we found some things that gave us notifications, but he's probably out there. There's probably comments out there that are insane.
Probably signing you up for all sorts of stuff with the 30-minute hour, half-hour email.
Well, that's a good prank, actually.
Yeah.
I hope nobody don't give people that idea. Anybody could do that.
David, I thought you were a big fan of pranks.
Oh yeah, but those pranks that involve 30,000 junk emails.
That's a good one.
That's a
That's
big thing.
prank.
I don't even have Jerry filtering. At least I could have given that to somebody else. Say, hey, could you deal with this? I'm sorry. It's a big issue. I'm kind of stranded by myself there. I'm gonna give Delicious access to the email. That's a great idea. Why don't we look at number 4 here on our delicious live from Country Fair weekend and ask ourselves, he's a great stuntman. We want him for the show, but should this person have access to our email accounts? That's what we're asking ourselves today.
Hey, it's Delicious. It's David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show, Country Fair Weekend Edition, yo. Hey, so I'm reporting here from Galena for David Collins.
Galena.
And we are at the Cosmic Cafe.
It's Cosmic
David
Oasis.
Collins actually shot here recently in Galena. So we were going to ask these fine, unsuspecting people how they feel about Country Fair Weekend and the excitement that goes on around it. And we've got an employee here. What's your name?
My name is Michael.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Delicious.
Now, I don't want to harp on Delicious. He's kind of new to this. But as an interviewer, you might want to dig into that. I'm sorry, did you say Michael?
Yeah, that's so too.
That's interesting. Like the
Have you heard of
Saints.
David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show? Yes, you have.
Yeah.
It's recorded here. All right. So, what do you think about Country Fair Weekend?
Oh, I'm so excited to work all weekend.
That seems very sarcastic.
Oh,
I hear
no,
from
it
a lot of people that it gets really busy and a lot of crazy
It gets busy on Country Fair.
Right.
But that's more money for me. So
Do you have
know
any fun
what?
stories
I'll
from a
take what I can
previous
get.
year? I don't know where you go with this. It's kind of a weird angle, too.
Hey,
when he brought
this
this
is
to my
delicious.
attention, I said, oh, well, that's great. I'd love you to go do some street interviews. Maybe you'll get some attention or whatever the case is. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, what's the angle here? Are you just going to ask people, are you excited for, asking business owners, I
right
guess.
to the point. He's wasting no time.
Fair Weekend Galena.
Let's see let's just see how does he close this
Hey,
segment?
this is Delicious. Country Fair Weekend Galena. David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show. Stay tuned.
All right. Well, he did kind of sum it up there. It's him. He's in Country Fair Weekend. It's for David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show.
Mm-hmm. Not bad reporting.
That was delicious. Country Fair Weekend, it was a 2-day event, I think. They set up the Friday and they dismantle Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Not a big fan of arts and crafts.
Well, according to Delicious, I like to avoid this place like the plague.
I just like to hang out down there and hit
there
out
it
the
is,
single
the
moms.
Cosmic Oasis. Pretty dope.
Is it?
Pretty sure Tuesday nights here.
Oh, they have
they
free coffee.
do
I
an
actually
open
had some of
mic,
that coffee
which is
this
great.
weekend.
So.
You get some of that coffee though, and you get it for your grind. They say, "Oh, I got I just have a regular drip coffee maker," and they say, by the way, after you use this coffee, it's so good, the oils will get stuck in your coffee machine. If you don't want that great coffee taste in the next batch cheap coffee that you buy, you'll have to wash it out a few times. So just so you know, clean it out a few times, and then you won't get that great taste of coffee on the next batch that you make.
That's a great tip.
That was an interesting tip, but it's so good you have to wash it twice just to get the good taste out.
Oh, you're not a big fan of good coffee?
Well, that's what I was told.
All right, so Streets of Galena, Country Fair Weekend.
Are we still before the actual event?
Pretty
Delicious?
busy.
Wow.
It's pretty barren. On the streets.
And Delicious here, still on the streets of Galena during Country Fair Weekend.
Is he worried that we
Busier
forgot
and
who he
busier.
was?
I noticed
Or
here
where he
that this place has free sniffs offered. I wonder if they have cocaine in there. Anyway, we're going to keep traveling, see if we can get some input on Country Fair Weekend, since this is my first time. And David,
You know, those jokes are kind of what I'm talking about. Do I need somebody out saying, like, oh, the David Collins 30-minute half-hour show, you got any buzz for me?
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Hey, you look pretty iced out, wink, wink. David Collins 30-minute half-hour show. It seems a little off-brand to me, but...
Collins avoids it like the plague. We're going to find out why. Stay tuned.
Are you going to find out? You know, and stay tuned, everybody, and we'll find out if we ever find out why.
Dang Lizard says, I think this guy's just tried to get a free ad space on your show with a fake interview. But he's saying it's fake news.
Oh, which one? Well, I trust that we're getting no good publicity in anything Delicious is working on, although we'd love to. He's a great stunt boy for us. Stunt boy? We send him out, and yeah, every radio team needs a stunt boy. We have an on-the-street man, you know? Yeah. We have a full team here. All we need is now somebody behind a pane of glass. And we can yell at him. Yeah. I like to think Blind Mike somewhere is behind a pane of glass, and we can yell at him. He's our boss in this game. Well, not yet, but once we're on his channel, then we can just complain about the boss.
I can't
say, oh, I got a text from the boss this morning, and you could say, oh, what did he want?
Yeah, what's he want now?
Right.
Jeez, I'm trying to
say it's always something with this guy. Said I was on my way here. You know, he was following up with this. It's not even on his channel. He said, are you going live in 15 minutes? He's following up. I said, yes, sir. I gave him a salute. He can't see that, of course, because we were texting.
Probably hear it, though. Cut the air so quick.
Right. Yeah. I was pretty fired up about it. But not in a disrespectful way.
No,
I wasn't trying to claim
You're tactful.
I never served or anything like that.
You're tactful. I have to say, the security team you brought with you is crazy.
Where?
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know David Collins rolled so deep with security.
While we're on the... We never really officially got through housekeeping here. There was something else that I wanted to mention there, because comedian Ray DeVito is going to be in town at the end of this week.
Big Ray. He's
going to come here Friday and Saturday. And like I already mentioned, I'm going to that Halloween party Saturday. So I'm actually just not going to tell anybody. I'm going to get a fill-in for the show because I have to host Saturday. I'm supposed to be hosting that show. I'm just going to get a fill-in, send the fill-in, and I'll text a couple people and say that I'm sick. Then I just won't show up there. I'll have some other things going on. But I think I'm planning on lying about it. I think that would be fun.
You should get a fill-in named Phil. Send the fill-in.
Oh, that'd be fun. Maybe a Phil Collins.
Oh! The comedy writes itself, boys.
Yeah, that'd be wild. I should send a Phil Collins impersonator. That'd be great. Really, has nobody ever joined the Discord today? We never got any call-ins.
Nobody in the Discord. We got some little activity. Dominic is wanting to know how to super chat.
Oh, well, we don't participate in that. You can join our Patreon if you'd like to give me, but we never plan on giving any money that's going to filter through Google. In fact, if that's going to be a breaking point on the Blind Mike channel and he's going to require us to have to receive donations on that show, then that's going to be a red line for us. But I don't think that's going to come in. Right, if he's trying, you know what I mean? So I'm a little concerned about that. But
greedy bastard.
No, there's no way. But I appreciate the thought, of course. You know, you could find us on Patreon, and we have extra content on Patreon. We get to interact with people a little more there. I'd much rather get something through there, and it wouldn't have to go through Google necessarily, unless they're using Google Pay.
I think the guy that wants that super chat probably wanted to say something naughty, because I think super chats speak out loud when you say them.
Sometimes, or you're encouraged. Well, it depends. We don't have that set up right now.
Dominic,
the alerts.
Dominic's asking about the Discord. Jump over on the Discord, Dominic.
Oh, if you just keep putting that link in the live chat every few minutes there, and then it's refreshed, and everybody knows what it is. So I was talking about Ray DeVito being there Friday.
We have somebody in the Discord.
Oh, why don't we drop him in here and see how this works? We get a little test run here to see.
Kitty says meow.
Are you bringing? Oh, you don't have to say who it is. I'll say, are they in? Are you moving them in?
They're in the live now.
Oh, great. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning. This is David Collins, 30-minute half-hour show #1 fan.
Whoa. How can that?
Hello.
This is obviously a prank call.
Hi.
Do you think this is a real person?
No, dude, definitely not. This is like AI or something.
You know, it's funny. We should probably
definitely a real person. I'm currently drinking my Cosmic Oasis coffee this morning.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is very on theme. Well, David Collins, 30-minute half-hour show's #1 fan. I hope you're having a good morning. Are you on your way to work this morning?
I am. I'm almost there.
Perfect. And anybody else on their way to work, make sure you give us a call there and say how you're doing. How's traffic this morning? And how's the weather? Boy, what a beautiful day we have outside there. And while we have you on the line, it's funny, we wanted to mention this about David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show's #1 fan competition. is actually revealed in editing. It's a little embarrassing. Nobody caught this.
Allegedly.
Troy Rigdon had actually gotten a question wrong during that competition, and we had to edit that because nobody caught that it was incorrect. We had to edit it to make it sound correct. Little does everybody know, he's actually got that incorrect. So you there on the phone, you actually, technically, in a way, had gotten more points that day during David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show's #1 fan competition.
Heck yeah, put it down in the record books.
I've yet to see these statistics, and so I refute.
We really should have brought the full clip to the show.
This is just he said, she said now. That's bullshit. I'm #1 fan. Actually, you know what? Have it. I don't want it anymore. Just kidding. It's still mine. Lily, it was a great competition. Good job. Congratulations.
Well,
thank you.
It was a good competition.
Good job.
There. Perfect. Boy, this worked out really well. We get a live caller there. Do you have anything? What are you looking forward to the fall? Any corn mazes, Halloween parties, Oktoberfests?
Yeah, Halloween parties for sure, and not pumpkin spice, but I prefer apple cider.
Right. Well, I'm sure many of our fans are wondering, I bet she likes pineapple spice coffee or something like that based on that pizza comment. That was pretty controversial. We were getting emails all night.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Controversial. Well, that's good. All our best fans there are pretty controversial.
What makes them great.
That's what makes them tick.
That's great. Have you been following this Delicious at all? Are you keeping up? What do you know about Delicious?
The things I know, I probably shouldn't say live because it's not very nice, but my opinion is that he should definitely not have access to your email account.
Well, that's great input there. Delicious has quite a reputation. He likes to end his sets. He says, "My name's Delicious. I'm what your date was talking about at breakfast this morning." Which I don't know why he thinks all these people are going on so many breakfast dates. Everybody's going on dates in the morning. I don't know. That's a fine lifestyle for him, maybe.
Yeah.
I went to Boston with this guy.
You guys go on any breakfast dates?
No.
What?
The guy sleeps till 11:15.
So he's a liar.
Wow. I was there editing. I'm filming him for no reason. He's just sleeping.
You were filming him while he was sleeping?
We have a lot of footage from Boston.
Wow.
None of the glitter in the bathroom, though. David Collins, 30-minute half-hour show's #1 fan. Can I ask you, do you have any glitter in your bathroom?
Hell no. Glitter's evil.
Okay, so it's not a gendered thing. It's just a unique guy. He's a glittery guy.
It's a mindset.
They're glittery guys.
It's a mindset.
It's a grind set.
It's a crafty thing. I'm not about it because it makes too much of a mess.
Perfect.
It's very messy.
Well, he's a messy guy.
Are you saying strippers are messy people?
Is he a stripper?
Maybe their personal life.
Big glitter people are. Yeah, maybe their baby daddy life.
That's perfect. Well, we were talking about Ray DeVito.
Well, I have to go.
Yeah, thanks so much for the call in there. Perfect. And anybody else there coming in, you can call it. We see it works out perfectly. You can talk with us. You get live on the show. Thanks so much for that call in. David Collins, 30-minute half-hour show's #1 fan. That's a great call.
Thank you. Happy hump day.
Thanks, Lily.
Happy hump day. Right. It is Wednesday, of course, and we're going to be doing these broadcasts on Wednesday. Maybe we should start saying that. Happy hump day. Say, boy, it's a great day. It's Wednesday. Halfway through the week, everybody.
All right, thanks for calling.
You get that person out of there.
Yeah. Get that fake.
I mean, it's fine. You say goodbye.
They saw themselves out.
I've had that same issue, though. You say, oh, I want to leave. Now, how do you leave these chat rooms? I've been live on shows. I say, I don't even know how to leave this show. I just push the exit. I say, I hope this works.
Yeah.
Some things, though, you can't even exit out. You push exit. It's just running in the background. You're live all day. You're live on a show. You go to work. Everybody hears you. Nobody says anything.
You get caught jerking off on a live show.
Oh, that never happened to me.
Ever?
No. That'd be interesting. Does that happen? We don't have any stories about that. That would have been a great segue, when there's Twitch streamers accidentally leave their cameras on and then they continue with the rest of the day. They think they're in the privacy of their own homes, but actually they're in the publicity of the entire internet.
It's nightmare fuel.
Nightmare fuel. Yeah, well, I put my balls on my Snapchat story the other day on accident. Well, this is a while ago when I was drinking, but that was pretty embarrassing. Wake up the next day and talk about nightmare fuel.
Yeah, my bad.
Perfect. Well, that call-in worked pretty well. While we're talking about Twitch and things, I'm not sure. Did you guys notice this? This streamer Speed. You know that streamer Speed? You know, yes, no?
Yes, yeah.
It's not a laugh line. I wasn't fishing for a joke. There's a streamer. His name's Speed. Are you aware of him?
No, I don't know who he is.
Oh, okay.
Maybe iShowSpeed is how you might know him.
iShowSpeed?
What's he look like? Let's see.
Well, if anybody's familiar with this story, maybe call in and give your insight here. So, iShowSpeed, you know, I first became aware of this guy very recently because he had some viral videos going around where he was saying something about being Palestinian. And he says, "Oh, I love the Palestinians," you know, and I think he was saying, I think he was being pretty violent at people that were a little ruder about the Palestinian plight, and he was saying, "F you." And I think he might have even said, like, "I'm Palestinian." I don't think he was, but I think he was saying, like, "I'm Spartacus" type thing. I don't know, whatever the case was. So I became aware of him then. I said, "Oh, this is a Twitch streamer. Now he's getting political. This is interesting." I like to follow those types of sagas. They say, you know, like, somebody, maybe like Owen Benjamin, you watch him in 2015, you say, keep an eye on this guy, things are about to change. And I like that trajectory when things are changing. So I was keeping up with this iShowSpeed. Turns out he's just a very popular Twitch streamer. So anyway, nothing political about him at all.
Word.
But I watched recently, he had some headlines. He was attempting to break, I love a world record too. He was going to break the world record for most backflips in 24 hours. That's an interesting world record, right?
Yeah. Why'd you choose that one?
Well, he does a lot of backflips.
You know what? That would be a good one to choose then.
He's a guy that does backflips, and he's pretty good at it too. And we're going to see a couple of those in these clips. We have a couple of clips here. So the record, I think, is about 1,024 or something like that. 1024. Something like that, maybe 1088, within 1100.
1738.
And you think within 24 hours, maybe I could do that. That seems like a pretty, 10 an hour, maybe, and you're pretty close, right?
I'm not a mathematician.
So you're getting, that's about, it's not the hardest thing. And he said, I'm going to break this world record. Turns out a little more difficult than you might think.
Sounds extremely difficult, honestly.
All I got to do is 1 minute for an entire 24 hours. He's good.
Matt, the mathematician.
And this is a guy that does a lot of backflips, too. So this is our first clip here. We'll see how well he's doing. Uh-oh.
Oh.
You ever think about the first person to do a backflip? And then if it rained the next day.
So we see we have a counter here. I'm not sure if this music is going to be an issue. Just turn that way down. Whoa, it's loud, too. Excuse me. So he's discouraged. He did about half, we're just going to watch it again. There's backflip 1, you see how good he is, and then he's backflip almost 500. He's struggling, everybody. And he says he's going to take a nap or whatever. He phones it in a little bit. He says, I'm going to rest up and try again. And then this is about how it ended.
God, please, hopefully I don't get
injured. Zero backflips?
This is how it started, and this is how it ended. Hopefully this is playing. Yeah, it's playing.
All right, so let's get right, bro. Timer starts now. That, my leg
Uh-oh.
is genuinely dead. This is the best I can jump. I'm sorry, y'all. God, please, hopefully I don't get injured. Hopefully I don't die. Hopefully.
Just shut up and do it.
Okay, amen. All right, so let's get right, bro. Timer starts now.
All right, well, excuse me bumping the mics a bunch of times here, but yeah, so this is... Catch me out, Matt. Are we at the end of this clip?
God, please.
Yep, yeah, we already cycled through it.
So he couldn't do it. That's basically it. He tried his best and he wasn't able to do it.
Lesson for you kids out there.
And that's about it. I don't really have anything to say about it, but it was interesting. I was keeping up. I was hoping that he was going to do it. I was watching the story closely, and then he didn't get it. I said, this isn't that exciting. But if anybody wants to watch it, there's 15 hours live on his channel, on the YouTube and the Twitch. I couldn't even find good highlights videos for it. Those are the best I could do. It's not a very exciting story.
You see one backflip, you've seen them all.
Right. Yeah. You think, this guy's going to do 1,000 backflips. That's one backflip times 1,000.
You should have done every,
doesn't work that way.
100th one, with sparklers in his hands.
Oh, something like that, yeah. You think, hopefully nobody's day was ruined that he didn't get it.
Oh, it ruined my day.
Chris says Ola.
Ola.
Yeah, Ola.
Salut. We'll just throw different languages out there.
And Dominic, get in the Discord.
Anybody out there who
wants... Traffic is terrible on I-94.
Is traffic terrible on I-94? That's too bad there. Where is I-94?
It's a decent question. I don't have an answer.
Matt, would you pull that up there? Tell us, what highway does I-94 start at? Oh, and also, while we're here, randomly still trying to get through the housekeeping notes on my show here. Of course, Ray DeVito is going to be here Friday. I'll be hosting that show in Dubuque, Iowa at the Jester's Lounge.
Right on.
Ray DeVito, very funny, though. He's making posts. He's saying, I'll be in Dubuque, Iowa at Jester's Comedy Lounge. That's not it. There's no club called Jester's Comedy Lounge. He's just made that up, pulled it out. I wouldn't be surprised if Delicious actually said that to him. But, Delicious is actually pretty good with the branding, so I don't think that's something I would want to put on him.
Oh, there was a lot of likes on that post, too. 66 likes or something like that.
On what?
Big show. The Jester's post about Ray DeVito coming.
Oh, did you say 6?
66.
Oh, that's not too bad. Here, I put on some traffic music here. So why don't we, while we're listening to the traffic here, everybody can just relax, sit in traffic here while we're waiting for the day to start. It's morning. What time is it right now? That's what we haven't been doing today. We haven't been saying the time. It's 7:30 a.m. Central, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. on the West Coast there. And I hope everybody's waking up and having a great start to their day. Apparently the traffic on I-94 is a little backed up this morning. That's too bad. And I don't know what part of the country exactly that was.
So he's calling in from Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Hey. Oh, yeah. He goes all the way to Michigan.
Oh, that's very funny. I don't think he's that far north. Hey. That's a great joke. And it's going to be a great, as that last caller that we had there said, happy hump day. Boy. And we had another note here about the McCaney Manor documentary. Did you see that McCaney Manor?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's the scariest horror house, and I think this guy's actually being sued and maybe jailed now because it's a horror house where you would just sign your life away for 3 days and they would torture you. And you basically couldn't leave, so that's exciting. I think I had a dream about it last night now that I'm mentioning it. I started a Cameo recently. We put that out into the ether. If anybody wants to get a Cameo from David Collins, you can find that. I didn't do anything with the profile, but it exists. So if I get an email about it, I'll follow up with that. And
make David Collins say the N-word, everybody.
And Blind Mike's not going to be happy with those types of jokes. We really got to be.
A lot of people are unhappy with my jokes, David.
We have a boss that says the word broad in college and gets fired from a radio station, and now he's going to be a little more.
Tighten up that tie, David.
He walks lightly, you might say. Well, that was nice, and that was the traffic music.
Thanks for the traffic report, bud.
Very informative.
Oh, it's just gonna keep playing. There we go. We got ahead of it. Well, that's it. What number were we on in these Delicious clips? We were watching Delicious reporting from Country Fair Weekend. This is Outside Cosmic. Okay, I'm glad I noted these. I'm sorry, man, I cut you off. What were you saying?
Oh, speaking of haunted houses, did you guys ever go to the trick-or-treating? Did they still do chainsaws anywhere?
Right,
that was always terrifying.
If anybody out there is trick-or-treating this year, maybe give us a call. What are they doing?
They do it like Hazel Green now.
It's David.
Yeah, there's sometimes when I went out trick-or-treating as a kid,
in a half hour,
just be walking, all of a sudden, a dude would jump out with a chainsaw.
They'll take the chain off.
I don't know if they still do that in 2024 or not.
Just in the streets?
Yeah.
Corn mazes and stuff.
Was he on his own property?
Some of them, yeah.
Some of them. But there were people outside.
Sometimes there are corn mazes with chainsaws. This is a big thing in the 90s, early 2000s, I think. I'm not sure if it's still like
well, if it's in a corn maze, that's
post-COVID. I don't know.
It was cool in the corn mazes. You'd be walking around, all of a sudden you just smell gasoline. Like they drip it out the car a little bit, and it's like, oh, you know it's coming.
Oh, it's terrifying as a kid.
It sincerely is.
Yeah.
I get frustrated. I saw a post on social media the other day. They said, here's your yearly reminder not to touch the performers. I said, you know, what? Who needs this reminder? Are you really trying to put out in the world saying, you know, I don't touch performers, by the way? It's like, neither do I, ma'am. Why are people touching? Why are you even putting this out there?
Oh, those women last Wednesday didn't hear that. They needed to be told that.
Right. That's a good point. You know, people say that about Halloween every year. These haunted houses, they say, yeah, make sure, I know you're going to be scared, but don't touch the performers.
Like, what an odd thing to have to tell
I'm going to start saying that at the beginning of comedy shows. Yeah. They say, you've been to a haunted house anytime recently? Hey, treat me like an axe murderer. Don't touch me.
Yeah, stay away. 3 feet for your distance, for your safety.
Uplifting video now, David?
Oh, right. We were going to do an uplifting. The sun has come up. That's a great idea. Well, first, why don't we... This is pretty uplifting. We have Delicious here.
Oh, we got some...
Delicious uplifts me.
Delicious reporting from Country Fair Weekend. Oh, we get another caller.
Oh, he did. He was just in. He's out now.
Oh, okay.
Jump back in there, Dominic.
Prank
well,
call.
we'll just ignore him. That's okay.
We're a big fan of pranks around here.
We have Delicious here, and then we're going to watch an uplifting video to watch
David
the
Collins'
sunrise.
30-minute half-hour show, Country Fair Weekend Edition.
Oh, we already watched this one.
I came here for the first time for Country Fair Weekend to find out why David Collins avoids this place like the plague.
It's every video. I'm not sure why he really got attached to that line.
Street interviews and
what happened?
finding out what the
I don't know. The guy gets offended on the part of fleas. I'm
big
not sure.
deal is because man, this place gets crowded. It's Friday. It's not even started yet. But what I'm finding is that a lot a people don't even know that Country Fair Weekend's going on. So it's just getting busier and busier.
I'd probably look at it
beforehand.
Delicious
and I
gets
think
a lot of
once
looks.
they
He's a
tell their
good-looking man.
friends,
What
it's
are you
going to
gonna
get crazy, right? So stay tuned for the weekend. It's
All right,
Friday.
well, you know,
He's probably blinded by the
I don't want to be
glitter in his
rude.
hair.
He's blinded. Yeah, he said stay tuned every time, and I'm not really sure. I'm starting to lose my faith that we're staying tuned for anything. I think he's just stringing me along. But that was good. I think we're going to really like number 6. I'm not too sure, but that should be a good one.
Him reminding us
It's
to
working.
stay tuned.
We got through 6 videos.
Kinda-
Electra says, hi, David Collins. What's up, Randy Smith?
Oh, hey there, DJ Electra. Now, many people will know DJ Electra as a part of Hack Ride Studios channel. DJ Electra has also appeared on our show. I saw her yesterday. She was doing a show called Catch 22 on the Hack Ride Studios channel. That's a great show. And I'm not sure. I don't think I ever have appeared on Catch 22. I think I have only appeared on Lunchbox. So as we can see here on the top right corner, the sun has come up here. It's uplifted, you might say. And on that note, I thought it might be nice to kind of share an uplifting video with the sunrise. So why don't we take a little listen to this? And it is going to be Instagram, and it's going to want me to sign in. I'm not going to be signing in here. And it's going to want me to turn on the music. So here's a little uplifting video for your Wednesday morning. Happy Hump Day, everybody.
Whoa! Whoa! I totally saw what that was.
Isn't that great? He's drumming there.
That's insane.
And he's all over the place. This is a good video.
Trevor says we got space camp at home. Yeah, okay. That's a sweet video, David. I can't believe I never saw that yet.
Happy Hump Day.
Imagine bringing that up in a meeting.
Oh,
that idea?
Like pitching that idea.
Yeah, pitching that idea.
Well, for the radio wouldn't work
I've got
that
a
well. It's
great
very
idea.
visual.
Let's put Delicious in one of those out at Country Fair Weekend, and we'll get the best interviews ever.
We'll have to do that next year, but that's probably a pretty good idea.
That was insane. If you could do that.
Isn't that great? Isn't that a great video? Doesn't it kind of just warm the rest of the day for you?
Oh, it warms my coffee.
I feel like I can do anything, to be honest.
Outside the Grape Escape and an interview for David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show, sending Delicious out there in the streets for a Country Fair Weekend in Galena, Illinois. You know what I've noticed about these clips, though? So many of them are not anywhere near the fairgrounds. For instance, this one here, you'll notice, outside the Grape Escape, which is a cocktail bar in Galena, Illinois, on the north side of Main Street. The Grape Escape is probably one of the fancier places in Galena.
Yeah, it's a real cool place. My buddy Kane bartends down there. It's pretty cool. You guys should go check it out.
Certainly. Well, if anybody's on the north side of Galena and Main Street, Grape Escape.
Like the plague. This is my first time in. I'm about to go into the Grape Escape here and maybe ask
the first time
them how
in
they feel
something.
about
I'm not sure.
it
You know,
and
he's not
why,
the best sometimes with the
because
sentence,
it
but
seems like it would
he's
be a
probably
lot of
correct
fun
in what he
and
said.
everything, you know?
You just can't get it across.
Here through the Grape Escape. How you guys doing?
Oh, this is good.
What you got? Are you guys here for Country Fair Weekend? What's your name, man?
Bruce, man.
Bruce. I'm Delicious. Nice to
This
meet
is
you.
good. This is what we need,
I'm sure
Delicious.
you probably
More of
know
this.
David Collins from David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show. He's famous on the internet.
Oh, yeah. So I'm on TV?
Well, you'll be on a podcast.
You're on TV. You made it, sir.
Everybody that believe in me. You know what I'm saying?
Aunts, uncles, cousins,
Aunts, uncle, cousins,
girlfriends, lovers,
whatever, man.
Yeah. Are you aware it's Country Fair Weekend?
No.
No, it seems like nobody.
Okay.
is. You know, if you go across into Grant Park, you will find there are tons of tents set up. It is like a festival of.
Oh, yeah,
arts
he knows.
and
He's avoiding it like the
things that
plague,
people
too.
make. It's kind of it's a lot of fun. So, yeah. Hi. There you go. She likes spilling drinks everywhere. So, are you guys in for the day or the weekend?
We're here for the weekend.
Awesome. Well, check us out. David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show and David Collins' 30-minute half-hour reality show.
Right. That's a great job with the branding, Delicious. And this is why we have him on the team. You know, this guy understands branding like nobody you've ever met. He's out there. He's promoting the show.
Certainly.
He's getting in the people's face. He says, I'm here for Country Fair Weekend. I know that's 5 miles that way, but, you know, Country Fair Weekend. It's a good excuse. And maybe we should have done maybe we should have covered Country Fair Weekend in Galena, Illinois, and just done street interviews at the bars in East Dubuque.
Yeah, no way. The kind of interviews you'd get at the bars in East Dubuque are not radio worthy. They're not for the airways, brother. People are hiding out in East Dubuque.
Certainly. Well, Country Fair Weekend in Galena, Illinois is one of the things that people do there in the fall. Oh, well, yeah, I wanted to talk about I went shopping this weekend for Halloween costumes.
Fabulous.
Where do you shop for Halloween costumes?
I don't know, Goodwill.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's where I go. I even got I got new shoes at the Goodwill.
Fantastic shoes, David.
They were nice. They were cheap. They're Toms. I also got some, they were Polo. What's the Polo brand?
Ralph Lauren?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I got some nice shoes there, too. You know, they were nice and they were clean.
Patreon's treating you well, huh?
When are you going to get that trickle down?
The Patreon's not actually going that well. In fact, we lost somebody else this month, and when I'm saying it like that, you know, I know their names. That's the numbers that we're dealing with. Individuals. It's not a lot of numbers.
Each one of you mean a lot to us. So don't leave it.
It's gotta be hard not to take that personally.
And
huh?
Matt, I can earn you back. I know you said, but anyway. Oh, you're Matt. Was that you?
Yeah.
You go, dude, I'm sick of this shit.
This is not good enough for $3.
Dude, if I'm paying for this, I shouldn't be on it.
Where do you shop for Halloween? Give us a call.
Yeah.
Anybody just tuning in, this is a call-in show. It's morning drive time, DC. David Collins talking to you on your way to work here. We only have about 15 minutes left of this broadcast. We're kind of wrapping up there. I think we've gone through all the notes. Did I talk about the #1 fan competition? We've been talking about the fall this entire time. I talked a little about the Goodwill just now. I'll be bowling there. October's coming up. Every Halloween, I like to go bowling. I go bowling by myself, and that's a nice tradition that I have. It's enjoyable. We'll see how well I can do this year.
Yeah.
We got somebody in the waiting room.
Oh, do you? Why don't we bring him on?
And we got the boss. We should have a little thing every time the boss says something. We have to air.
Oh, we should get a sound effects. And that's something else, actually. We're struggling there. I don't have a soundboard. I want to get some sound effects introduced. It's going to be a whole other technical element that we need to kind of navigate through. You'll notice I don't even have my tablet in front of me. I guess you can't really see the table here, but I don't even have my tablet in front of me. Oh, you can't see the table in the corner there.
He wants to know where to give your notes at. Where can he send his notes into? But we can handle that after.
Send notes to me? We can't deal with this on the show. I mean,
Here's the one.
Blind Mike, you can call me right now. Why would you just be saying this in a public setting like that? It's very inappropriate.
Oh, it's insane.
He's the boss.
I need
He's
an
the
HR.
boss. Yeah.
That's just insane.
All right, we got somebody in the live Discord.
Did
You
you
ready?
bring him in here?
All right, Dominic.
Great. What's your name? Where are you calling from? This is going well.
Mike might be muted, Dominic.
Oh, that's all right.
Hey, this is Wisconsin. Tried fighting for my life on the I-94 up here, bud.
Oh, wow. Eh? That's a little reckless up there. The way you're fighting for your life, are there a lot of trucks? There's some ice road truckers? How far north are you? You know, we were up in Wisconsin recently. We were in Janesville, Wisconsin for the Louis J. Gomez show. Did you know about that Louis J. Gomez show, Dominic?
What?
Did you see him in Appleton the night before?
Oh, I'm not that far north, bud. Come on. I'm in Madison.
Oh, you're up in Madison. Do you know Eli Wiltz?
Yeah. I can't say that I do, bud.
Well, I don't follow a lot of people on Twitter. I really don't. I follow a Kanye West fan channel. I follow Liz Cheney, and I follow Eli Wiltz, a Madison comedian.
Are you on the Beltline?
I-94 Beltline? I don't like anyone from Madison. So, no, I'm in between Milwaukee and Madison right now. I work in Milwaukee, so yeah.
I see.
It's not too bad.
What's the weather like out there, Dominic?
It's too cold, man.
Oh, it's getting chilly.
It's like 40. Yeah, it sucks.
Better put on your booties because it's getting
too, so.
cold out there. Can you name that movie, Dominic?
Yeah, of course. I love movies.
Right. It was Groundhog Day. And that's great. Maybe we should introduce some games for the show for callers calling in on their way to work.
Oh, okay.
That'd be fun. They can win prizes.
Right. Dominic, if we had a prize, what would you be hoping to win today?
Something like a couple bucks or something, you know?
How about tickets to see Ray DeVito in Dubuque, Iowa this Friday?
Is that a prize?
Right.
Shots fired.
It'll be a great show. We're all really looking forward to it. Looking forward to it so much that I'm going to call in sick the next day.
Baby.
But I have other things to do. That's not really.
David's getting drunk.
Like, be on Blind Mike?
I'm sorry? What about Blind Mike there? We call him the boss here.
I never heard. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Bruce
I figured.
is the boss.
Oh. Start calling him Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce. Bruce is calling him.
Blind Bruce.
Go on, Dominic. What do you think about Blind Mike Geary?
WATS is goated. I don't know. It's cool. I like
a lot of letters.
You should do that show.
Oh, well, I don't know. You know, they do this weird thing where they play these sound. I'm a big fan of sound effects. You know, I'd rather hold. Maybe I'll keep my cards here. I think we are very blatant. You know, if you watch my interview with Carl Hamburger on David Collins' 30-minute-half-hour show, I think I make my opinion about that broadcasting format very clear.
You should try it sometime. Why not have some like clips? Some like South Park or something. You know.
Right. Oh, that's a great idea. I'll write that down.
Write that down. Come on, bud.
South
Park. You're lying to me.
Oh, you know, that's funny. You bring up a good point, because I had just mentioned about using a soundboard. I said we don't have sound effects. That Carl Hamburger guy, you see what I'm doing? I just have a notepad with these YouTube links. He doesn't use sound effects. He just has a million tabs open, and he goes up to some 6-second YouTube video and clicks that, and that's the sound effect that he uses on his broadcast. This guy, he's got a well-received show. He's got a lot of. Dominic knows who he is. Yeah. And he still doesn't know how to. He still doesn't. You know, and I was over at his place too. And, you know, you'd be surprised. We have webcams and things. This guy has tablets set over like a cartoonish Ari Shaffir with just these big tablet cameras facing you from all corners of this studio, and they're taped together. It's insane.
We gotta get it done.
It's making me feel pretty important, you know?
What do you think about that, Dominic?
I don't know. I gotta pay attention to driving. Sorry, bud.
Great. Well, I hope you have a safe travel there on Highway 96 up there in Wisconsin. Was it 94?
94.
Highway 94.
Come on. Even the local broadcaster, bud.
Oh, not ew. We're trying to get local here. Of course, you know, I'm from Manhattan, Kansas originally here, but we're learning a little bit. Right now, we're in Piasta, and any good geolocators out there, use that webcam to find our address. That would be interesting.
Oh, chill.
Why it's not like you live here?
That's a great bit.
We got another person in the waiting room.
Oh, perfect. Well, thanks so much for that call in, Dominic. We'll keep things cycling through here.
Have a good day, bud.
All right, thanks, Dominic.
Happy Hump Day. Boy, what a great show. Dan just gave me a couple words. He said, F, I forgot to set an alarm.
Uh-oh.
I guess he wanted to give a call in this morning. We're even too early for Dan McCullough. And he gets to work pretty early.
He works at the bank.
He works at the bank, and he's not even able to call in. This is a real drive time show, so I hope some people appreciate it, that we're sending you on your way to work this morning with some great topics, thinking about the fall.
Yeah.
You know, some things to talk with your coworkers around the water cooler with.
Thursday night football, dude.
All right, ready for the next caller?
Oh, send them right. Just keep
Third caller. Let's go.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is DJ Electra.
Oh, hey there, DJ Electra. Another familiar voice.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say another. We just got off the line with Dominic. That was certainly not a familiar voice. I've never met anybody named Dominic, now that I mention it. I have met a Dominique.
No.
Ooh, is she a stripper?
No.
Wow.
I'm not really
Sounds like
somebody
a
that participates
name.
in strip clubs. DJ Electrify, what's your opinion on strip clubs? This is a good time of year for it, too.
Okay,
You know,
they're
every
kind of
Christmas
dirty.
movie,
I
you end up
don't
seeing a
really
strip
like-
club.
I don't really like eating food at strip clubs, so I don't really do that, but
That's a good
some-
take.
Some of them
Yeah,
serve
the
food,
buffets.
you know, but it's okay. I mean, I like dancing and art, and you know, it's nice.
That's
I'm for
a
it.
fair point. Troy did make an observation. You seem to appreciate the artistic portion of it. Have you ever stripped? You ever been a dancer? An adult dancer, they call it.
And where?
I was a dancer my whole life, but no, I never was a stripper.
I
but
see.
I was a semi-pro dancer.
Oh wow, that's exciting.
Never danced naked once.
What's the most you've ever gotten
not
paid
in
for
public.
dancing?
Oh, I did actually at a club once.
I could hear it in her voice.
Not really totally.
Oh, that's pretty good. Are you familiar with DJ Electra?
I'm familiar with strippers.
You remember not getting DJ Electra's name right in David Collins' 30-minute Power Show's #1 fan
Thanks
competition?
for bringing that up. Sorry, nice to meet you.
Oh
miss.
yeah, you're the one that didn't remember me.
I
Thanks
remember you
a
now.
lot.
I'll never forget you, babe.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not sure if you heard earlier, DJ Electra. Maybe she might be your #1 fan too, because she was the one that remembered. She called in also. David Collins' 30-minute Power Show's #1 fan. We have some great call-ins there today. We're kind of coming to the end of the broadcast today, DJ Electra. What was your favorite part of the show?
Just all of it. I really liked all of it, but I was wondering if I could request a color of the week.
Oh, a color of the week? That'd be an interesting segment. Why didn't we think of that?
Color of the day, isn't it?
Oh, we do a color of the day of
Quellicott.
David Collins' 30-minute Power Show. Oh, that show only comes out maybe once every 2 weeks if you're lucky.
Can I request the color Coquelicot?
Quellicott.
Coquelicot.
Quellicott.
Yes.
that sounds like a
That's the
yellow
color I would like
to
to
me.
have.
Is that a yellow beige?
Feeling it's more of an orange, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to spell it.
Oh, we're
I
picturing
thought
the
it would
same.
be good for the show.
There's gonna be some U's and some Q's in
Say
there.
it again. Quellicott.
Quellicott.
Coquelicot.
Oh, Coquelicott.
You're suggesting a color you don't even know what the color is.
Well, that's great.
I know.
I heard this word. It's
Not
probably
very
a
good.
color. It might not even be a color.
Oh, and we're
fake word.
Coquelicot.
You say that again? You say that again, please?
Coquelicot. You know, this is a disaster. This is, you know, to answer your question, DJ Electra, maybe you can't suggest a color of the week today.
I guess I can't. No, that
Maybe
was a
this
no. I hear that loud and clear.
I think this is just another one
Throws
of the
a wrench in the whole thing.
But this
David
is good.
Collins pranks.
I got it now. I got it now.
I'm gonna add it to our notes here below South Park. I'm gonna write color of the week,
Stripper.
and then we'll have some notes here to review. Now, I didn't have a lot of space here. You'll notice I'm kind of running out of space, so Blind Mike's notes, I'm gonna have to use this second page here.
And third, maybe.
Right. It depends how many
And
notes
fourth, yeah,
he
it's just
has
gonna-
there. And that's the thing about doing radio. There's always these people that are trying to change the show. They send you notes. And you say, you know, we're going to do a good show here. You just have to trust that the show goes well. DJ Electra knows what that's like.
Oh, yeah.
DJ Electra, actually, just like me, has a long history in radio.
Oh, right on.
Not really long, but yes, a history in radio.
Well,
There's mine.
you might call DJ Electra a jack of all trades here. You know, she's actually worked in the medical field too. So she's not only athletic, a dancer, a broadcaster. She's also a healthcare worker.
And abroad.
Right, and abroad, but
Yeah, for
you know
20 years
that goes
I
without
was
saying.
a nurse. Yeah. It's fun. Well, I don't want to take up the whole show. Thanks for having me on.
Oh,
and,
you've come in
have
towards
a great
the
rest of
end.
your
That's
broadcast.
perfect. And I'd love to join you. You know, yesterday I was hoping we were here setting up. I said, oh, that would be great if they would have said something about Catch 22. We could have just joined the broadcast from here using this setup. That would have been interesting.
Oh, man, we should do that next week.
Maybe
You wanna
one of
do it
these
next
weeks, maybe not next week, or maybe yes next week. We'll see. I'm very busy. Actually, next Tuesday, I'm going to be going to an improv show.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
looking forward to that.
Oh,
That's a
so
nice
you're
thing.
busy.
You know, we're keeping busy. I'm all over.
Yeah.
But boy, thanks so much for that call, DJ Electra.
No problem.
And everybody listening, you see how easy it is. You join the Discord, we throw you right in, and it seems to be going pretty seamlessly.
Nice. Nice to meet you, DJ.
Perfect. Well, that was great. Did I mention that I had a cameo? I think I did. We mentioned Ray DeVito. I'm just kind of going through my notes here, seeing what we missed. We did miss, we talked a little about the McCaney Manor documentary. If anybody's dressing as Elon Musk's robots for Halloween this year, I was hoping to talk about that. I thought that might be an interesting costume.
It's a good idea.
And it kind of came up there. You had mentioned that Elon Musk robots at some point.
Oh, I was watching the Tucker Carlson Elon Musk interview the other day.
I see.
It's fantastic.
Oh, that's interesting. You know, my favorite interview with Tucker Carlson was from a long time ago. I don't know if I've ever watched one since, to be honest. I don't think I've seen Tucker Carlson. Is he still broadcasting?
Oh, yeah, dude. Are you talking about
He's still
the one
doing a
for-
show?
Yeah, he's got his own show.
He wants to do... Oh, that makes sense. He does his own show.
TCN, he's got a whole network. Tucker Carlson Network.
Yeah, these people. There's so many broadcasting networks here. You know, I'm still trying to catch up on this censored TV merger that I was reading about a couple months ago, and I'm very confused.
I don't know.
But anyway, we were talking about this interview with Tucker Carlson. I remember years and years and years ago, he was on a black and white show with the Gavin McInnes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Tucker Carlson and Gavin McInnes. And it was old. It was one of these old shows. It was before really it was podcasting, and they talked for 5 minutes. And Tucker Carlson was just saying how much he loves nicotine gum.
Yeah.
And he tells this big story. He's like, I spend more on nicotine gum than I do on parking. And he gets it shipped over and imported, this nicotine gum. And then 5 minutes in, he's like, oh, did we start? Yeah. It was very funny. And it was one of those, it was before you heard that 1,000 times on a show.
Yeah, he's all zooted on Nick.
Right. Well, he's a nicotine gum kind of guy. I used to work with an older lady that loved nicotine gum. Yeah? And she loved nicotine gum. She drank diet sodas and smacked nicotine gum all day.
Sounds like a healthy
Her name was
woman.
Dawn. She was strong. She was a strong woman.
She was. I bet she was a hard ass.
Well, that's that. Do we have anything in the live chat that we want to cover here? Maybe we do an outro. I didn't want to work on some production things, but we really just wanted to do a test. And we see that the laptop did almost die. I wasn't able to leave that unplugged the whole time, but that was and then this went well there. We could do a couple more of these delicious clips, of course. So you could at least do one more here and just round it off. What do we? Oh, we have 9 and 10, and the 10 has no commentary. So this is basically the last one. I think 10 he just didn't mean to record, and he sent it to me anyway. But yeah, this is even a YouTube short here. The thing about the YouTube shorts is that it likes to start playing the video before you have control over the pause or the volume button, almost as if that it's a startup company. But it is on YouTube, so it's a little interesting. I guess we'll refresh it since it started without the visuals there, but this is Delicious's last clip.
Delicious here live at the Country Fair weekend in
Yes, it's Country
Galena,
Fair.
Illinois. Sent out by David Collins, trying to find out why he avoids it like the plague.
This is
I
the
had
last clip,
lost
by
my
the way.
camera crew.
Still
I have
setting
seemed
up the
to,
segment.
Figured out why, David, you avoided by the plague.
By the plague.
A lot of people here.
Well, I like people. That's not
See,
why.
compared to yesterday,
It's the parking.
there's nothing. All right. David Collins, 30-minute half-hour show, reporting live from Country Fair Weekend, Galena, Illinois. Yeah.
Did the real restart?
Delicious here live at the
Oh, actually,
Country
that's a good
Fair
question. But I
Weekend.
actually don't think it did. I think that he just.
Said the same thing twice?
I think he just ended it the same way that he started it, like many people might do.
Well,
But anyway.
Your Country Fair weekend, you've been the best.
Did we make it? Is it 8 o'clock?
It is 8 o'clock.
Oh, perfect.
Boy, I didn't want this to end.
What a great broadcast. We've made it right to the end. Thank you, Delicious, for doing that stunt boy work. We appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and anybody that called in today. Dominic, David Collins, 30-Minute Half Hour Show's #1 fan. Dan McCullough texted us. We got a call from DJ Electra. That was great to hear. Blind Mike in the chat, and anybody else in the chat. I hope you have a
DJ
great
Electra,
Wednesday.
Don't forget about her.
The boss is really
I
honest,
said
too.
that.
Boss is honest.
Oh, is he upset?
No, not at all. He's just giving notes and stuff. And
Oh, well, it's not a great place to give notes. But that's okay. We'll talk about it.
Helicopter parent.
Maybe I'll talk to him later. I hope I wasn't rude to you today. Perfect. Well, everybody listening, I guess we'll just wrap up the show here. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully we get to do this more often.
Oh, it's a backup. I have a Be Right Back here. But it's not really a Be Right Back. It's We're Leaving.
Check me out on Instagram, Igrig.
This is good. We're going to do this every week starting November on the Blind Mike channel. Maybe we'll do this once other. This is kind of enjoyable. Maybe we can do this once other before.
Right on.
yeah,
Perfect. I thought I'd just let this music wrap up here, but you're going to turn off the mics, and then we'll just wrap up. All right. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. Boy, what a great show. I've been David Collins. I'm not going to steal that branding. That's the David Collins 30-Minute Half Hour Show. I'm not going to do
but I
another
kind
show.
of want it. I need to hear it for closure.
Well, everybody can go watch that Doug Townsend episode, and then they'll get a full wrap up.
Yeah, I guess.
Perfect.